Come on, can 2 Twinkies a day really melt away the extra pounds? All you naysayers, clearly, you don't know this guy we're about to introduce you to.
Yeah, I know this is hard to believe. Mark Haub lost nearly 30 pounds eating, yes, Twinkies, Little Debbie snack cakes, brownies, and chips. The junk food diet lasted for about 2 months, leaving Haub with a smaller waistline and, get this, lower cholesterol, too. Now he's getting national attention, probably because Haub is a human nutrition professor at Kansas State University. At times, he didn't know if he could stick to it.
Day one was the toughest. I've done low carbohydrate and low fat, and the first day was one of those things where during that day I didn't know if I'd make it through the weekend. But I started on a Wednesday. By Friday morning, when I woke up Friday morning, I felt fine. I felt normal. And since then, I think with the weight loss, sleep apnea and snoring related issues have decreased, which has, I think, enhanced kind of quality of life and energy levels.
This diet has some people asking the question, does nutrition really matter? We sent KLTV 7's Larry Livingston to find out, and Larry, share with us what you have there.
Okay, so basically what I have here is probably what every kid in East Texas wishes would end up in his mom or dad's grocery cart, of course including the Twinkies. Now, one of Professor Haub's daily meal plans included 2 Twinkies and all of the stuff that you see right here, almost 1,600 calories and 59 grams of fat of guilty pleasure goodness. So I made a grocery list, hit the aisles, and then I hit the streets to see what East Texans had to say about the junk food diet.
First stop, Twinkie aisle, of course. 150 calories per Hostess Twinkie. Just a few feet away, Little Debbie's Star Crunch. Oh, and we can't forget the brownies, Duncan Hines, Chewy Fudge, and Little Zebra Cakes. Feeling guilty already, we head over to the produce aisle for some baby carrots. We'll pair them with Cool Ranch Doritos, washing it all down with a diet Mountain Dew diet. Now, to the cereal aisle for some corn pops, and we'll need some milk, whole milk. Then throw in a Muscle Milk protein shake and a Centrum multivitamin. The idea is to eat one of the sugary snacks every couple of hours, chomping on the chips, sipping milk and shakes every day, while skipping the traditional meals. Even in junk food form, you limit your total caloric intake to less than 1,800 calories, and the weight should melt away, right?
That's usually the stuff that you try and stay away from when you're dieting.
I'll take your word for it.
48 grams of carbohydrate for 2 cakes.
We took our groceries to registered dietitian Tami Lawrence. When it comes to calories, she says, bottom line,
if you're taking in less than you're expending, then you're going to lose weight.
But she warns, it may not be the healthiest way to do it.
It scares me. There could be bone loss, there could be muscle wasting if there's not enough protein.
Lawrence says all that sugar and fat could also lead to heart problems. She doesn't recommend the diet, but she is interested in more information.
I'm hoping that he will follow this up with a study in a few months.
Others may already be convinced.
If I could lose 30 pounds on that diet, yeah, I would. Yeah.
Now, nutritionists say all this sugar is definitely a bad idea for folks with diabetes. Now, our dietitian says it was more than likely the weight loss itself and not the actual junk food that led to the professor's lower cholesterol and triglyceride levels. She says long-term, those numbers could, in fact, increase, but the protein shake and the multivitamins here were a good touch, Joe.
Yeah, we don't want anybody to think that we're saying go on this diet, but it does tell you a lot about calorie intake and the importance there. All right, thank you, Larry.